In this video, we're going to walk through how to add a child evidence item to an evidence item inside of Monolith. So what a child evidence item is let's say you have a smartphone, for example, and you want to take a look at the SIM card in addition to the cell phone. What we can do to keep those two things linked together inside of your Monolith system is we can create a child evidence item so we can kind of separate our data but still have everything linked together the way we want it to be. So for example, I'm in one of my cases here and I've got this smartphone evidence item. So I'm going to click into this evidence item here. And from here, we can see all of our evidence information we have for this smartphone. To add a child evidence item to this evidence, what we're going to do is come over here to the right-hand side and click on child items. And then we're going to click new child item. So I'm going to open this up. And this is going to open up the evidence intake form. You can tell it looks a little bit similar to the form we get when we're adding a regular evidence item as well. So here we would just fill in all this information. I'm going to let it auto-generate a number. Evidence type, I'm going to put SIM card. We'll just put a random brand. Item name. We can add a model number, unique identifier if we have one. We can add the size of the SIM card. Just put some arbitrary numbers here. We can add a linked contact. We can set evidence priority. So if this is something we need to take a look at right away, we can mark it as urgent, for example. Enter a description here. SIM card for suspects smartphone. And then if you there are any custom fields set up inside of your Monolith tenant, you'll have those appear here as well. I'm going to go ahead and leave those blank. And we can also set intake details. So I can put that I removed the item, I removed it from this particular evidence item, can add a signature, and I can add all the chain of custody information that we need right here for this. Can add a timestamp, location, we'll just put lab. And you can see it's also pre-populated a note here that this child evidence item was removed from this parent evidence item. So just a really nice way to kind of separate your work, but keep everything linked together. So once I'm happy with all the information here, I'm going to click Create Child Item. And now you can see that this has popped up in the child items here. And if I click into this, it's going to open up the evidence details page for the child evidence item. Something I do want to point out to you is child evidence items are color-coded a little differently than regular evidence items in Monolith. So you can see over here, this is a kind of an orange color. If we go back to all of our evidence in this case, you can see all these blue evidence items. Those are created as regular evidence items in Monolith. And this orange one, that's just a quick indicator that that's a child evidence item. And that's how to add a child evidence item inside of Monolith. Thanks for watching.